Hey guys, welcome back to Crafting Crazy Beautiful. Today we are back at it with a Christmas resin pen tutorial with the geode design. Here is the materials list. Feel free to pause if you need more time. And let's go ahead and get started. So if you guys have seen my previous videos, you know that I use the Ink Joy gel pens by Papermate. So I'm just going to show you the process of getting those ready to design. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and take those clips off of each one of the pens. And then once we're done taking the clips off the pens, then we're going to go ahead and take the pens apart. We'll do this by unscrewing the top part of the pen and then just letting the rest of the inside of the pen fall out. Once you're done doing that with each pen, then you'll go on to the next step. And as you can see, this pen gave me a hard time. Don't give up, guys. Just keep unscrewing. You got it. But once you're done with that, you're just going to go ahead and sand the pen down because you're going to want the pen to be nice and smooth, which you'll see in the next clip. So now that we're going to be sanding down the pen, I decided to go ahead and show you how you do it with a sanding block. I don't like using a sanding block, guys, at all. So this took forever. I decided to go and get my Dremel because this just took way too much time. I don't like to use the sanding blocks because of this reason. The Dremel is a lot easier. I also get a lot more coverage. It also gets a lot smoother, and you have lots of different attachments that you can put on your Dremel. So say for instance you want to dust it off with your brush tool. There's a brush tool that usually comes with certain Dremels. There's different sizes. So I just feel like it works better for me. But if you guys like to use the sanding block, enjoy your sanding block. So now I went ahead and spray painted the pen. I did that off camera, but I used Rustoleum Matte White by Rustoleum Matte White. So then I'm just going to go ahead and with a little Mod Podge for that first area, and then I'm going to add my glitter to that first area. I'm going to glitter it one section at a time for this particular pen. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and just pat it and make sure that it's nice and flat to make it easier for me once I'm done doing all the glittering. Then I'm going to go ahead and go around this section of glitter so that I can add my next color. And then I'm going to continue to do that for each additional color that I add on, and then just kind of branch out just a little bit. There's no real rhyme or reason here. I didn't really pre-sketch it like I normally do. I just decided to have fun with it and see what I get. Now that we are done that section, we're going to go ahead and just make the other portions of the pen kind of match up, you know, find some colors that we like to use. I threw in this color Ocean that I thought would be a nice little contrast. And then after I added in all these lighter colors, I was like, these colors are really nice. I was like, you know what, we need a darker color. So I went in with Blue Bonnets from Chimp Glitter. And I will link the glitters I use down below. But pretty much every glitter, actually all the glitters used in this video today are from Chimp. It's my favorite, but use whatever glitter you like. There are a lot of different glitter companies out there that have amazing glitters. So now that we are about done with the pen, we're going to finish just touching things up. I'm going to look for any spaces where I feel like I need to add a little bit more glitter, put a touch of Mod Podge and fix that. And then I'm going to go in to get my base started. Now, for me, I wanted to go with a lighter base, but I didn't want to go with white this time. I usually use whites for my bases when I do a geode. I decided to go in with a very light blue, which I thought was a good touch for this pen. So I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. We're about to get started for the next pen. Of course, if you do like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to comment down below what you thought of the video and anything you'd like to see next. So when we get over to our next pen, and we're going to be doing different colors, but we're still going to be sticking with the geode theme, but doing it slightly different. All right, guys, so time for the next pen. So now this first section, I'm doing a bigger section because I have a different idea in mind. I want to kind of start off circular and then kind of go from there. Kind of like the middle portion of a geode. So the colors I'm using for this one are, now I might be botching this, but I'm pretty sure it's Peridot. And I'm using Dorothy, as well as, what is my other color? It is, well, I will link it down below, and then you'll know which one it was. But so we're going to just go ahead and we're going to go with those darker colors first. And the reason that I go in for darker colors first, guys, is because when you put the lighter colors on, if you happen to get a lighter color in a darker section, it's a lot easier to clean up. But if you get a darker color in a lighter section, you have a little bit more work to do, especially if it started to dry. And you don't want to kind of peel up that original layer. And as you guys can see, I've been using lots of chunky glitter for these designs. I like the chunky glitter look for geodes. I feel like it gives it that extra pop. All you want to do is just make sure when you're using your chunky glitters that you're flattening it as best you can with your hand. And then, of course, when you're done with your pen, you just kind of want to either use a little wax paper to kind of make sure it's nice and flat, or you can continue to use your hand or spray it with something to help it, lay flat. But always make sure that glitter is flat before you go in with your UV resin, because you're going to have a hard time getting that nice smooth surface, and you'll be doing a lot of sanding trying to fix it. Now, for the base of this pen, I wanted to go with a bright white silver. So I went with Glitter Chimp's Pearl. I like this one a lot. It's extremely shiny, lots of contrast. But I thought it looked really nice. It was giving exactly what I was going for. So I really hope you guys like this one. But let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Did you like these pens? Do you think they're cute? Do you have any questions about why I chose to do this design? Any questions you have, leave them down below. Now, when I do the UV resin, I like to get a really good first coat. So I'm going to go ahead and put some on, and then I'm going to smooth that in, get me some good coverage, and then add more as needed, because I don't want too much. So I'll do a little at a time until I have the amount that I feel is right, until it feels pretty smooth going and my finger is gliding across the pen. Then I'm going to go ahead and cure it. Now, when I cure my pens, I cure them for about 60 seconds, 3 times. For a total of about 3 minutes per layer of UV resin. Now, sometimes you won't have to do all 3 60-minute sessions, but you just want to be on the safe side. If you're feeling a little tacky, let it cure a little longer, because sometimes it will feel tacky after that first cure, especially depending on how much UV resin you used on it. You might have used a little too much, or maybe not even enough. Then once that's done, you let it sit for a minute. If you have some other pens to do, go on to those other pens and then go in with your next layer. When I'm usually done with those first maybe 2 to 3 layers, depending on how thick the glitter is. So when I'm using chunky, I have to do more layers of UV resin than I would if I'm using a fine glitter. I usually let the pen sit for 24 hours before the very last layer. I feel like it gives me a better cure. My pens are a lot smoother, and I feel like I get better results when I do it that way. And then after that, before I go to package them, I try to also give them an additional 24 hours before I decide I'm going to package them. That way they have more cure time. They're not being put in a box and, kind of being smothered, I guess is the word. I just feel like I have better results when I do it that way. And then we're just going to go ahead and put the pens back together. Now, I do this by taking the bottom portion and so there's a silver piece and a black piece. I'm not sure what the technical terms are for them, guys. So I'm just going to call them the silver bottom piece and the black piece. So we're going to go ahead and put those in together. And then once we put those in, we'll put in the pen portion, the ink refill. Now, you may have to sand down the opening to your pen. You may even have to do a little sanding to the inside of the bottom of your pen. That's no problem. It happens. But this is why it's also really great to have a Dremel. If you somehow manage to get UV resin on the inside of your pen, the Dremel can get into the inside of the pen and sand that down for you. It's a lot harder to get in there with another item besides a Dremel. I wouldn't even try to do it with like a sanding block or even a piece of sanding paper. I would definitely just go in with the Dremel because I feel like you'll also have less damage that way. And then if you have these little pieces at the top, just be really careful. If you have like these little thin pieces of UV resin, just break them off slightly, piece by piece, bit by bit, rather than trying to rip it all off. I have completely destroyed a pen that way. You don't want to do it. But like I said, we're just going to go ahead and assemble the pen. And then once you're done assembling the pen, guys, you are done. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial, guys. I really enjoyed making it for you. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you'd like to see next. But again, thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. And have a wonderful day or night, depending on what time you're watching this. And don't forget, guys, live your crazy, beautiful life. Bye.